Hmm. Merlin, what's bothering you? I'm not sure yet. I'm just thinking. May as well talk it through. What were you thinking about? Erwin always tried to control her power on her own. I can't believe all of her effort was for nothing. That's true, but she tried everything. Sealing herself was the last resort. It was the safest action. It still is. There must be another way. I agree, there must be something we're missing. Why didn't she tell us or ask for help? She wrote in her journal that as the night grew darker, she felt further crushed by the weight of the power within her. You read her journal? Her personal journal? Merlin's expression suddenly brightens with hope. Starlight, you're a genius. What? What were you talking about? I mean, of course you've always been brilliant, Starlight. I was just asking about. We know, Jay. Moving on. The journal could be the key. She put everything in the journal, including the details about her struggle with the slaw. Then there might be hope after all. You guys never thought of that? So now? Yeah, she must have documented everything she tried. Maybe we can build on one of her ideas. But where is it? Everyone falls into silence as they consider where they might find such an old lost book. Well, if it isn't Ursulith, what brings you here today? Do you need a book? Yes, I do, on your personal journal. Merlin said Erwin's journal's big, heavy tome. Maybe Ira would know where it is. If it's not here, it may be in Tara's Royal Library. You explained to Ira? Ira. I was called Ira then. Journal looks like something based on Ace's description. Huh? I'm sorry, this is such a strange coincidence. I just recently found a similar book shelved away in the back corner of a bookshelf. That is a coincidence. Is locating the journal really going to be this easy? Ira returns after a lot of searching and hands over an old tattered book. This might be what you're looking for. Its record shows it arrived here before I was even born. Such an old book. What are the odds that two people would ask for it at nearly the same time? Yes, someone else looked at it recently, studied it for quite a while. He was completely engrossed, muttering over it for hours. Then suddenly he said, "It's done," handed it back and took off. Strange anyways, I'll bet this is the one you need. It's too old to sell for any kind of profit, so why don't you just take it? It got Erwin's name in it. You should read it. My life. When I was young, I lived on the outskirts of the village with my mother. I loved being so far from others, alone to think and dream, listening to the sigh of the winds across the field. I thought it was for the reason like this that my mother had taken me there, but I was wrong. She took me there so that other children would be safe from me. As I grew older, I began to dream of my father. I tried to talk with my mother about it, but she told me I needed to stop wondering, stop imagining, stop thinking about anything other than my chores and how they would help me find a good marriage. A disciple mind, she said, will make the dreams go away. But I didn't want the dreams to go away. My father would appear and tell me that I was special, that I had a power hidden inside me called the Slaw. It was a spirit more feared than death itself, a spirit that fed on dread, hopelessness, and fear, and then all the emotions that wither a human. It sounds like an appealing and appalling way for a child to live, but these terrible emotions, which he collectively called Dorcha, could be harnessed. If I could learn to do that, I would not be doomed to a life of inner horror. Instead, I could harness the Dorcha and use it as a energy so that I could be a force for good in the world. The Slaw inside me gives me the ability to leash Dorcha from my opponent, and as long as I remain strong and with a heart full of love and hope, I consume the Dorcha to galvanize my own attack. Dorcha will make me into a true hero. But why do full-blooded informers not use their Dorcha themselves? I suspect they are unable to consume it as I do. It just sits inside of them like a tumor, growing larger and larger as the former grows more bitter, more frightened, and more evil. Here the page is badly damaged, that the writing is illegible. Traveling with the Ace Heroes. There was another raid last night. We must not let our guards down. Despite our easy victory, we must consider the possibility that these raids are a mere distraction and that the enemy's true goal is something else entirely. Here the page is damaged again. What's happening there are a brief moment in battle when I realize that I am not acting my own volition, that I'm being controlled by something else. It scares me, my god, it scares me, but thankfully no one else has noticed, and I can't let them know, ever. They would stop trusting me, perhaps even stop seeing me as one of their own. I need to find a solution myself. The solution. Every day I struggle to repress and damp down this law. I'm exhausted emotionally, spiritually, I hardly even sleep anymore. Merlin finally noticed my haggard appearance and I could hardly keep from shaking as I confessed what's been happening to me. He wanted to tell the other aides I was scared, but I let him do it. The compassion, oh, the compassion they all showed me. I thought that I would be banished and reviled, but all they wanted to do was help. Together they created a runestone which bore their engraving, a source of power that allayed this lost energy. It might be the other reason now that the Slav has not wrested control away from me completely. If the Slav feeds on darkness, could I starve it by filling my soul with the opposite force? I'm not certain, but I already have a name for the theoretical force background. It is everything Dorcha is not. Hope, love, justice. I just need to find a way to manifest these things, to manifest background. The Sloth's true identity. It's a lie. It can't be possible. The Sloth's true identity all along it's been. Our resolution. Where did it all go wrong? I'm losing control again. Manifesting background saps all my energy, and all I can think about is a nightmare I now have every night, in which I can't manifest any background at all. And the Sloth devours me from the inside out. I'm so afraid that there might come true. So afraid that the other way to make sure it never happened is to seal myself away. Aw, you poor thing. Ursulith, did you learn anything about the journal? You found Erwin's journal at the Dumbarton bookstore. What should you tell Merlin? I think I found something useful. Erwin O's journal is brimming with information. There's bound to be something useful in it. You found it. Fantastic. What does it say? Since Ursulith doesn't seem interested and whatever, I'll guess it doesn't contain anything useful. If you don't mind, may I take a look at myself? There's a still sliver of hope. We just have to keep searching. Of course, I'm telling you, we're getting closer. I hope you two are right. Ursulith, Erwin is waiting for you. We'll take a closer look at the journal while you're training. As you gaze at your reflection in the glossy surface of the crystal, you wonder how Erwin will react to the news that everyone's reading her private journal. Malaysian? Hello, I think I'm finally adjusting to waking up like this. As Erwin stretches and recovers from her nap, you casually mention that you found her journal. You found my journal? Wow, that's a development. Did you read it? Oh, how embarrassing. Her good mood evaporates and her expression darkens. As you likely learned from my journal, I was once consumed by the slog's darkness. The endless former attacks distracted me. By the time I realized my heart had weakened, it was too late. The other heroes risked their lives so many times for me. It was why I wanted to get stronger, as quickly as I possibly could. Looking back, knowing how unstable it was, I made it so much more dangerous for all of us. Erwin pauses, her gaze far away. I leached too much Dorcha in too little time, because the formers were so relentless that made the Slav more violent with each passing day. Once I knew how strong it had become, I went off in search of something to subdue it. I searched the Irin, the old desert ruins, and even the deepest dungeons of the Former's Den. But the Formers always found me, always attacked, always pushed me to my limit. In the end, she succumbed to her darkness and relied on its power. What you saw in my memories, that was the moment the Slav finally broke free of my control. It was terrifying. I woke up to find my friends scattered around me, broken and battered, barely breathing. I thought we had suffered another former attack, but it was so much worse than that. I could see their wounds were inflicted by a chain blade. The people I treasure most of all nearly died because of me. I still can't forgive myself for it. She seems momentarily overwhelmed. I spent that whole night deliberating, and eventually I came to a decision to seal herself away. There was no other solution in sight. The Slav was growing ever stronger. My greatest allies were suffering by my own hands. I had to. I had to seal myself away forever here with the Slaw. Merlin was so angry with me, they all were. It was hard to persuade them at first, but we all knew it was the only real choice. I never thought they'd stay and protect me here for all these years. I thought I was doing the protecting, haha. Sealed as I was, I at least managed to keep my consciousness intact, which is how I'm able to speak with you now. My hope is for you to avoid the same fate I have suffered. Don't lose yourself to the Slaw. Learn everything you can about Backrealm, and you can beat it. Erwin's deepest fear and regret everything she felt during those long, lovely years spills out in a rush. The pain of it is too much to bear, and you're forced to let go of the crystal. You heard all you need for now. You can use the crystal again when you're ready for more chain blade training. Have you forgotten you need to be fully trained in using Dorka before you start Background? Today I'll teach you 2 new skills. Are you ready? Yep. I like your enthusiasm. Well done. Close your eyes. Oh, you're not so easily surprised anymore by this place, huh? Well, let's use the skill themselves and keep things exciting around here, shall we? First up is Spinning Slasher. The Spinning Slasher is ideal against multiple foes in close range. It drags them closer to you for a solid hit that will force them all back simultaneously. If you're overwhelmed by enemy, it gives you space. When you swing the chain blade, enemies to your right will be pulled towards you and take damage. But of course, the best way to learn is practical application, right? Why not try Spinning Slasher on those ghosts? I already provided you with the Dorcha you need to practice. Keep an eye on how much Dorcha you leech using normal attack. So, it's to my right. You're doing well for such a difficult skill. I'm impressed with your progress so far. Perhaps that can be attributed to your great instructor. Now I can teach you about Anchor Rush. It allows you to move freely in any direction within a certain distance. It's an extremely useful skill that exploits the elasticity of the chain blade to escape dangerous situations. You can even use it after you've been stunned by an opponent. Practice using Anchor Rush to rapidly approach the ghosts and attack them. A mischievous smile suddenly spread across Aaron's face. I'm actually going to slow your speed down a bit. Don't worry, I'm sure you'll be just fine. I just want you to focus on Anchor Rush utility in getting you from point A to point B. I'll replenish your Dorcha for you again. Now let's start practicing Anchor Rush. Suddenly you're overcome with a strange sensation and your body becomes sluggish and slow. It's pretty easy. Oh, I have to do it inside the circle. Looks like you don't have enough Dorcha. I can fix that. Try using Anchor Rush now. This strange sensation finally dissipates. Aaron is all smile. I bet my little speed adjustment was annoying, eh? Don't worry, I already put you back to normal. You know how vital speed is in winning a battle. With Anchor Rush, you can cut right through the chaos. Go ahead and practice what you learn. I promise I won't mess with you this time. I probably won't use it. It's pretty cool. Oh, he's still alive. What? And grab these two. Good job, you improve immensely. You'll be able to use Anchor Rush once you leave, but don't use Spinning Slasher until you practice more. Frown. You're disappointed, but you try to remind yourself that the skill you're learning from Aaron are positively invaluable. You've done so well with what I taught you. I have even more to teach you next time. Once you grow accustomed to the chain blade, you'll naturally be able to learn other skills. Focus on Anchor Rush training for now, okay? Woo. Yeah, again, I reached the end of my entry. Let's continue this another day. Ready to go? I hope you'll be alright out there. I'm worried my old enemies will target you as well. Then again, you have Merlin, Starlight, and Jay with you. With those three at your side and the skills I taught you, you'll be more than a match for whatever they can dish out. Just be sure that you always stay alert and on guard. The enemy is full of surprises and they'll stop at nothing to sate their desire for the sloth power. They even tried to challenge the sloth power by filling objects with Dorcha. Fortunately, they yet to notice I'm sealed away inside one of their own dungeon. They never thought to look right under their noses. Ha. Malaysian, you read my journal, so you already know about background, right? I believe it's the secret to wielding the chain blade safely without letting the sloth go on a rampage. However, I can't really investigate it further from here, as you might have guessed. She's keeping her tone cheerful, but you can detect a hint of desperation. I'm counting on you, Malaysian. Please figure out how to use background. But of course, even with background, I'll never be normal. There's a sloth within me that makes me different. It's something I should just accept. Everything blurs together. At least try to find a clue in the journal. That must be something I overlooked. If only there could be an escape from this darkness. Her voice sounds so sad. Welcome back, Ursula. We have good news about the journal. Even with the extensive deterioration, we were able to salvage a significant amount about Aaron's effort to stop the sloth. The horrible nightmare she mentioned near the end is such a chilling premonition. If only we had known. Well, we aren't going to make any progress lamenting past mistake. Our time is better spent searching for a solution. I know that much, but it's so frustrating knowing we might have been able to help her after all. Yuri may have done so much, Merlin. I'm sure Aaron will appreciate everything. Merlin really looked up to Aaron. He made a new chain blade just for her. He always did want to help her, even then. She wanted to control her power flow, and I knew how to attach a special mana runestone to her weapon. Why shouldn't I have helped where I could? That's it. What provoked such exclamation, Merlin? Starlight, you made me realize we can help Erwin control the slot power by fixing a mana-filled runestone to her weapon, like how a runestone used to help her recover from inner battles with the slaw. That always worked for her in the past. That's so simple and brilliant. How have we not thought of that before? Merlin. Yes, Starlight. Will you be able to make another runestone like that? Of course, I have more years of experience now. I can make a runestone far better than in the old days. He's grinning from ear to ear, positively bursting with confidence. It's good to see the old Merlin again, isn't it, Professor J? It's marvelous. Everything is going to be just fine, isn't it? Well, now that you said that, you probably jinxed it. She did mention her old enemies, so I wonder if we're going to get attacked. Well then, let's start gathering materials for the new runestone, shall we? Okay, but if we're doing this, let's do it right. Let's get the highest quality mana stone we can get so we can store much mana as possible. Healing mines will be our best chance. Erwin used gems before, but we want a mana stone. I can get a mana stone. Then you meet someone who specializes in mana stone research. He might be able to point you in the right direction. Alright, back to buy Speckle Boy. Oh, we met before, haven't we? Yes, if memory serves, you were the one who helped me with my research. What brings you here? You don't want to say anything specific, so you just say you're looking for high quality mana stone. High quality, huh? For anyone else, that might be tough, but for me, getting my hands on some high quality mana stones is easy peasy. But why would someone like you be in such a rush to get one? If I say no particular reason, wouldn't he be like, so then you can just wait, or you don't really need one then? The bespectacled boy smiled at your answer. Ah, you must have accidentally revealed too much. Oh, never mind. Guess I was wrong. Is that so? Well, I'm no idea who this person is, but they're clearly in need of my expert assistant. In the course of my research, I collected several mana stones. Since you helped me with my research, I guess I could give you one as a thank you. Be careful, the high quality mana stones are more fragile. Tell you what, give me holy water of Lily Mark and I'll purify the best mana stone I got for you. Wow, didn't that take long, did it? Just a moment. Now you just put this here, then use the holy water of Limilark. The bespectacled boy pours the water of Limilark over a shining mana stone. Done. By the way, I'm moving on to the magic school. I'm glad I could help you out before I left. He flashes a smile. Surely we see each other again, right? I hope so, but goodbye for now. Ursula, where were you all this time? After a brief explanation, you hand the new mana stone to Fascinating Merlin. What's this? Where in the world did you manage to get such a fantastic stone? I suppose that's a discussion for another day. Time for me to work my magic, literally. Merlin's eyebrows draw together in focus and he waves his hands over the stone. Everyone cares for Erwin so much, it would be wonderful if the runestone helped. When Merlin finally looked up from the stone, his eye sparkles with excitement. It finished, and I took the time to put a little extra pizzazz in this too. All that's left is to take this to Erwin. Merlin hands you the newly made runestone. You feel the warmth of mana in it. Whew, it's been a while since I had to make anything that requires so much focus. I'm exhausted. Imagine what you could do if you worked that hard all the time. Very funny, Professor. You know I always put the utmost care into everything I do. The runestone should give her enough power to remove the seal. We can only hope. She's been alone for so long. Please hurry, Ursula. We never had happier times than when Erwin was with us. Never fear, it will work. It's always good to be more... what's the word I'm looking for? It's not opportune. I can pronounce that word. I can't remember the word I'm thinking of. Oh, you guys probably know what I mean. We are so grateful for your help. We all miss her so much. Something tells me Merlin will be the happiest of all to see her again. And why's that? Ursula, if this pass will take you to her... We've done this a bunch of times. You don't have to keep telling me. You know, I like how they dropped me closer this time. All those other times they made me walk all the way. You can feel Erwin is asleep inside the crystal. Better not bother her. Try passing the time by talking to Starlit. Ursula, do you have the runestone in hand? Thank goodness we have someone whose soul can resonate with Erwin. There's no other way to deliver the mana to her. So the plan is you go in and give her the runestone, of course. If you want any additional training from her, then you should do it before you hand the stone over. It's going to take all her energy and plenty of time to absorb all the mana. And then Erwin will be saved thanks to me. She'll have no choice but to shower me in appreciation. Hehe. I bet if Erwin were here, you would not poke fun like that. What? That's not true. You don't think I'm taking this seriously? I am taking it seriously. I'm just not scared is all. Nothing scares me. Oh, something does. It's right next to you. Too bad it's sealed. What? It's so true. Every time Merlin joked around, Erwin always punishes him. Yes, the real reason we need her back is to keep Merlin subdued. Doesn't that sound great? Girl, thank goodness Erwin can't hear any of this. At least I assume she can't. Can you hear anything when you're in that place with her, Ursula? Unsure of himself, Merlin looks at you with wavering eyes. You ignore him. Touch the crystal and try to make your soul resonate with Erwin. Once again, you reach out your hand to touch the crystal's smooth surface. You wonder if you assume you will speak to Erwin in the physical world. It seems so foreign. Would you miss the resonating of your soul? Suddenly, a cold energy shoots through your body, interrupting your wishful thought. How long was I asleep this time? Goodness, it feels like it's been eons. Look at Merlin's expression over there. Outside the crystal, he looks like the cat that ate the canary. He always had the expression when he was hiding something from me. I kinda miss it, actually. Such a strange feeling every time I awaken. It's as if I'm slowly rising to the surface after having sunk in a deep, dark ocean. But it's a relief to see your face after breaking the surface. So last time you said you found my journal, did anything come of it? You tell her about the hypothesis the ace developed based on her journal. Then you bring up Merlin's newly crafted runestone. I did assume that Merlin would get stronger while I was sealed away. He was born with a special destiny after all. Forget what I just said. Merlin prefers to keep that a secret. What, is he gonna find King Arthur or something in the sword in the stone? Anyways, what you're telling me is that Merlin made another runestone. The first runestone he made is actually what I modeled this crystal after. And when I was too exhausted to finish it, he finished it for me. Ironic now that another one of his runestone will help break me out. A smile forms on her lips. Oh, Merlin, incredibly talented, slightly insufferable. Don't they get along great? And you, not only are you talented, but you're inspired me to have hope again. Just promise me one thing. You see, it's dangerous to absorb someone else's mana in the first place, and then to absorb such powerful mana all at once. Even I can predict what might happen. Please, if something goes wrong, don't let me hurt anyone. Hey, I just thought of something. Absorbing the mana will take me a good amount of time, so I should teach you the last few chain skills before I start. Isn't that what the cutest ace hero would do for you? Hehe, yes, I'm talking about Starlit. I know she's taking a shine to you. You're just her type. I should know, we were together all day, every day. You know, we were like sisters. She's probably wondering if you're taken. Do you have someone? The way true friends understand each other, the way they know when each other cracks are, and still treats each other like good eggs. That kind of friendship is rare. But that's why I had with the Aces hero. I should have told them while I could. I should have realized that one day that opportunity will be gone, and so it will be for everyone everywhere. Let's not talk about this further. I still have a few more things to teach you, Ursulith. Let's do that, and then I'll take the runestone. Are you ready? Yeah. I don't have much more left to teach you, actually. But that doesn't mean you can slack off, okay? Practice will make a huge difference when it comes to fighting with a chain blade. Now close your eye. The skill you're going to learn first is Death Mark. Lovely name, right? Sometimes you want to focus on defeating one particular enemy. This when you want to use Death Mark. Death Mark makes your strikes at one single enemy more damaging, and it simultaneously attracts other monsters who will start to attack their marked comrade. Now try it out for yourself. Oh, I didn't know it makes other enemies attack them. Does it? No, it does not. That's a lie. Could you not give me an AoE skill? What do you think? Deathmark is great for when you want to prioritize the elimination of one enemy over the other. Very useful if one of them is your former romantic partner, heh? Sorry, it's a bad joke, I know. Well, I'm digressing when I should be teaching you the best skill to use when you got a bunch of enemies around the Deathmark ones. It's called Chain Sweep. It's where you leap high into the air and attack from afar. Go try it on those ghosts. Speaking of AoE, here we go. Does it increase his power if I Death Mark and then Chain Sweep? Oh, I couldn't see. I lost focus. Fantastic, just one pointer. Any opponent who comes into range during the attack won't be hit. See, the skill's true intent is to knock back enemies. I'm tired right now, Ursulith. Once again, I only have strength to teach you one skill. It's called Chain Sweep. I know you're excited about Deathmark, but that's one a bit tricky. Let's save it for later. Sure. It isn't easy to teach you a bunch of new skills while sealed like this, you know. Practice Chain Sweep and then help build a foundation for Deathmark. Alright then, use all the skills you learned so far to defeat what's coming. Not enough Dorka. You know, maybe I should just be spamming the skill. That should be enough. We should be good. Aaron is staring at you wide-eyed. You're an amazing fighter. I wish I had met you before I was sealed. We could have done so much together. You would have been a better sparring partner than Merlin, that's for sure. It would have been so grand. Very grand. She stands up straighter. Honestly, when you said that you and the other aces were looking for a way to unseal me, I was anxious even though I was really happy, but the anxiety there. Yes, because if I accept Merlin's runestone, I have greater control over the slaw while I'm in here. But it's a different matter in the outside world. Something could go wrong when I'm back out there. I might do something horrific like I did before. Don't worry, I got you. What if I hurt the ones I hold dear again? And then there's you, Ursulith. I wouldn't want you to see that side of me. To think that the day will come when I speak such weak-hearted words. I have been sealed up for too long. Aaron cocks an eyebrow at you. I think we're resonating in a more deeply spiritual way than we ever thought, Ursulith. No one out there ever knew that I lived with such anxiety. In fact, I hope you could keep it between you and me, could you? Thank you. Well, I think I can do this now. Will you hand me Merlin's runestone? You nod and she reaches out her hand. You're nervous to hand it to her because you know your skin will make contact. Hand over the runestone. Merlin's talent have not subsided in the least. It's perfect and I could feel the mana is extremely powerful. Erwin removes a charm from her necklace and replaces it with the runestone. A bright light flashes from the runestone, but it's gone in an instant. What was that? It didn't quite feel like I remember it would. I don't know if it worked. Could just be my nerves, or perhaps Merlin has done something different with the mana. I'm feeling weak from maintaining the space we're in. Do you mind if we take our leaves? The air begins to shift and swirl around you. Aaron doesn't look well. Oh, don't worry about me, Ursula. I actually do feel faint. You know, I do wonder why you. How did the sloth enter you, and how did you manage to find me? Could this too be your fate? Or it could be a trap to bait you out to find Erwin. There's still so much I don't understand. I mean, that bespectacled boy was being pretty suspicious. Even the magic tree was like, you fool. But I will have to ask you later. Yes, you should go. It's clearing, sapping my strength. The absorption of this mana. Go and tell Merlin, Starlight, and Jay not to worry. Maybe next time I see you, we'll be able to face to face. Ursula, what happened? From our standpoint, it looks like you were standing there with your hands on the crystal, but you saw Erwin, right? You delivered my runestone? You rummaged through your bag. Merlin's runestone is no longer there. I still don't really understand the physics of this situation, but I'm glad you gave her the runestone. Will Erwin wake up soon now? I don't want anything to go wrong. Nothing's going to go wrong, right, Merlin? Of course, don't worry, Starlet. I made the stone myself and I endow it with a generous amount of my own mana. It's just I can't believe there's a chance Erwin could return. I'm so excited but nervous. Calm Starlet down. Hearing this, you recall Erwin's message for the aces. You tell Starlet and Erwin doesn't want them to worry. Well, I can't help it, Ursula. We shouldn't bother her while she's undergoing this process. Oh, I can't wait to tell her about all the things we accomplished while she was gone. Yeah, I want to introduce her to the man who makes delicious food and even to the guy who cares about nothing but money. Merlin rambles on regarding all of you with stories. You should give Erwin time to absorb the mana. I mean, you guys should still stand by though, in case to protect her if something happens. Was Erwin tired? Was the mana too much for her in the weakened state? That's very possible. You agree and you hope that Erwin is not pushing herself too hard. She will not fall asleep again, will she? If it truly is Erwin, she will do well. It's better to be worried. I told you it was useless. Ursula, if you don't look well, are you sick? Merlin's expression changed to one of concern as he leans in to get a better look at you. You've done so much for us, Ursula. Why don't you relax for a while? I think we could all use a break. You may be the only one of us who can work for 12 hours without a break, Merlin. I can't help it if I'm just naturally amazing like that. I was being sarcastic. Anyways, Professor J is right. Erwin probably needs time to absorb the mail. Let's relax and wait for Erwin to recover. Great idea, Starlet. Time for a picnic. Ursula, why don't you join us? We can all go together. We'll be raiding in Turk now, Ursula. Kicking back with the aces here would be a great way to relax while you wait for Erwin to recover. Why not go to the location Merlin mentioned? Ursula, you're here. It struck us that you and Erwin both seem exhausted, and we know the sloth power is, well, incredibly difficult to control. We figure you could use the rest. As always, Starlet, you got the kindest heart of all of us. There's one thing every great picnic needs. Do you know what that is, Ursula? A delicious lunch, question mark, question mark, question mark. Exactly, no picnic is complete without a tasty packed lunch. That's why I brought someone special. Aren't you excited, Ursula? I might just pack my own lunch. I haven't done that in ages. Lately, I've been making dishes on Embolic someday. I'll make a delicious meal that we can all share together. Hehe. Merlin's face turns on a serious expression. Starlight, no, none of your cooking, please. That's why we have the culinary artist here. That's enough. Why not sit down and enjoy a good lunch with friends for now? I think you all just can't appreciate the finer things in life. But fine, I won't pack anything that I made. Now that sounds tasty. As the three heroes chat with each other, you can sense you're being watched. A cover wagon nearby may be the source of your unease. Hey there, Mr. Militian. It's been a while, boy. Merlin sounded so urgent. I had quite a lot of work to do lately. All I want now is a spectacular dish. Merlin, that culinary artist may need a breather. You order quite a lot. Huh? It's not that much. Besides, I fix the chef's truck so often he's happy to cook for me. My good chef. There's a guest of honor among us. Would you be so kind as to show off your extraordinary culinary talent? It's a treat to create a culinary delight when there are empty bellies to fill. You can see a happy gleam in the culinary artist's eyes. Is that his... Oh yeah, these are titles. They must have something extra special planned. So mister, won't you assist me in creating an excellent dish for your friend here? Gather a few simple ingredients for me, and I'll make a dish none of you will soon forget. The culinary artist loudly announced the ingredient you need to gather. Hop to it, you can't wait all day. Deliver 5 eggs. Are you gathering the ingredients, I asked? One of the ingredients is eggs. Okay. Prepare yourself for a taste of heaven once this is done. You'll love it. And now, I'll assign my title as a culinary artist. Alright, I got the eggs. Goodness, these eggs are so fresh I can practically smell the yolk through the shell. Now you just need to collect the remaining ingredients. The next ingredient is meat. Large meat. To the shop! It's perfectly tender with just the right amount of marbling. The culinary artist is clearly overjoyed by the quality of the meat you procure. Wonderful, there's just one final ingredient. I need chocolate. Ew, what could... I mean, I put chocolate in curry. That tasted great and sweet. Guess you just have to get the final ingredient and trust the skills of a professional. Where do I get chocolate? So fast. Thank you, Mr. Militian. Please allow me to create a magnificent dish worthy of a legendary cook. Suddenly, the culinary artist's arms moved in a flurry of magic caster could match. He wields the kitchen knife like it's an extension of his own arm. The aroma of sweet chocolate and sizzling steak immediately starts your mouth watering. In the blink of an eye, a plate appears before you bearing a beautiful cut of steak that glistens with a light chocolate glaze. Woohoo, Mr. Militian. With the fresh ingredients you gather, I was able to create a most masterful dish. Merlin began speaking around a mouthful of food. That's right. Your help may always possible. Merlin, I like seafood, but I don't want to see your food. You know what I mean? He then gulps down the bites he was chewing. But this food is so amazing, heavenly. I love nothing more than seeing the face of those I serve light up with joy as they taste my creation. Mr. Militian, you should try a bite as well. The chocolate glazed steak seems to be very powerful. It must taste absolutely wonderful. Perhaps you should try a bite too. Take a big bite of steak. Damn, it must have been that good. I feel the same tingling excitement eating this as I felt when I was waiting for my date. Is it gonna be like a steak? Under the snow, sipping hot chocolate. I see you're enjoying the food as well. I'm glad. It seems to have put some much needed color back into your cheeks. It would be delightful if Aaron was with us. Neither the chef nor the treasure hunter knows of Aaron. We may have a special power, but with those power comes our own special problems. For that reason, we try to avoid asking any personal questions. Starla continues with a serious tone. Still, I'd love for her to meet everyone someday. I hope she recovers and breaks free of the seal soon. Hello, Ursula. I know this is unexpected, but you know how you took the really old book? And I remember I said someone else looked at it, too? Well, they returned to see if anyone else had used it, made some weird comment about how it should be appreciated instead of hidden away in the back. I know I shouldn't have, but I told them you took it. They seemed really happy, muttering about a plan. It seems kind of shady now that I think about it, like they meant for you to find the book. Era scoots her glasses back up and continues. It was a boy with glasses like me. Sounds familiar? Maybe someone you helped before. The bespectacled boy. It was suspicious all along. I figured I should tell you, so here we are. I'm glad you came. I want to warn you just in case. Yes, because I'm about to murder this fool. Ursula, you're just in time. Something's wrong. Wrong, I tell you. Merlin, calm down and explain. Ursula, while you were gone, we felt another foreboding presence. Came from the direction of Pekka dungeon, from within its deepest, darkest depth. Since the runestone we gave Aaron is filled with my mana, I could sense it, but something's wrong. Something dark has contaminated the mana. The mana stone you used to create the runestone was from the bespectacled boy. An Era warning that something was settling. You share what Era told you with the other heroes. That's a bit too suspicious to be a coincidence. Ursula just happens to meet us and now harbors a sloth to boot. That boy is up to something. Burnham brows furrow so tightly they look like battling caterpillars. I shouldn't have figured out sooner, damn. If something happens to her, I'll never forgive myself. What the blazes are we waiting for? We need to make sure she's alright. Let's move. Let's hurry. Suddenly everyone faces are frozen in fear. Get to Aaron quickly with the pass. No, not yet. I don't want freedom yet. It's so terrifying. How will I make the decision all by myself? The bespectacled boys has friends. Now, we need the sloth power. I won't let you do this. Oh, she's a Beyblade. So if I get the power, will I be able to transform like that? No, I can't. Wait, that's Aaron. How did the crystal seal break? Was there something wrong with the runestone? Wait, weren't they the ones that were harassing us before? Was it a trap? First and foremost, we need to calm Aaron down. She looks just like she did back before she lost her sense. Her former blood has awakened. Talking with her will be impossible. Truthfully, she looks worse than she ever did before. No, it can't be. Ursula, fight Erwin with your chain blade. Help her by leeching some of her darkness out of her. How do you even know that? Well, I should probably set the skills. Chain sweep. Is that all I have? Yep. Oh, they're all ranked. We'll cover you and we make sure both of you are unharmed. Man, we're all just ganking up on her. Why are you aggroing me? Oh, max is a 10? Not dancing does not fit her. Jesus, she hit hard. It's almost over. Ursula, what's wrong? What is it? It's the Dorcha that Ursula took from Erwin. It's too much for Ursula. Erwin, what are you doing? I have an idea. I think I can help Ursula. Merlin, help me with this. Your head is pounding. Everything is quiet. Is this the inner world Aaron created? You are succeeding so far. It's the same place where Erwin taught you skills. You see her in the corner. She's quietly chanting a spell to herself. Ursula, do you understand now? It's me. The sloth is just another version of me. I knew it all along, but I could never tell the other ace. I couldn't confess to them that I was the source of all their plan. In the end, I was a coward. I didn't trust them. For a long time, I wonder what could defeat the sloth. Is it the courage to accept your own weak, dark heart itself? Is it faith that the people who love you do so for who you are, not in spite of who you are? Ursula, if you ever find true friendship, don't make my mistake. I believe you can overcome this law. I have more hopes in you than I do myself. So I'll give you all of my remaining power. A cold and unknown power is flowing through your body. Suddenly you know with certainty that you can bring out the fullest, most terrifying power of the Chain Blade. Now let's finish this battle with Slaw. I believe in you. I will watch over you. Oh, so I gotta fight the me that's in me. It's like Persona. They were me the entire time. Okay, can you please stop? I'm about to die. Oh my god, he just killed me. I was trying to heal. Why does he get a better Chain Blade? What? Use background to quell the slaw to try and take over your body. In the same instant you defeat your corrupt possessed self, a cry of rage echoes all around. Ursula! Your vision goes dark. You faintly hear people calling your name. Ursula, snap out of it. Erwin, Ursula, are you okay? Answer us. The voice grows fainter. You feel your body sinks down into nothingness. Well, this is a beautiful sight to wake up to. Erwin is standing in front of you, her features sharp and aquiline. Silky golden hair flows behind her, and her arms are crossed. Her one turquoise eyes and one violet eye have the same lively sparkle in their depths. Ursula, are you awake? I have just been here stargazing. After all these years, Iweka and Latika continues to shine in Erin's night sky. Erwin's face is upturned towards the heavens. After a moment, she sighs and turns to you. I suppose this is the first time we actually spoken face to face, isn't it? I have to admit, I prefer this over our previous meeting. You might have figured this out by now, but those who broke my seal were the ones who wanted my power so long ago. I concealed myself for protection, but eventually they tracked me down like the dogs they are. Thank the gods, Merlin Barrier kept them from entering this area. My only regret is that they decided to place a slaw inside you, so that you would make contact with me and break apart both of the barriers standing in their way. Erwin, I'm sorry, when I felt slaw inside Ursula, I never suspected that was part of their plan. Just a moment, what about the person who gave Ursula the Mana Stone in the first place? You recall the bespectacled boy who asserted he was the runestone owner. He did seem a bit odd, but could he really be a former? If he actually was in on it, he's obviously didn't count on Ursula's background spoiling their plan. You deserve some kudos, Ursula. Wait. Erwin grabs your hand and stares at you intently. You feel a flicker of her thoughts passed from her hands to yours. Keep still and smile. Pull your hand away, fluster. Make a straight face. Slowly interlock your hands. Which one's more me? Definitely not this. I cannot keep a straight face in any situation. Probably either this or this. Pull your hand away and flustered. You still feel awkward. You try to pull your hands away from the other, but she just tightens her grip. Stay still for a bit, Ursula. Unless you're shy. Erwin widens her eyes ever so slightly and let a smile inch up the side of her face. Seriously, what are you two doing? I just wanted to check something. Okay, I understand. She mutters something under her breath, then lets go of your hand. Well, Ursula, since I can't resonate with you anymore, I must conclude that that power has disappeared. In fact, all my power. What? Truly, Aaron? Yes, I believe it's because the slot can't devour any Dorcha to grow strong. Aaron, are you okay? I'd be lying if I said I was completely okay, but I feel utterly free. Power or no power. You're fine with it? I'm just enjoying the feeling of not being beholden to anyone or anything. And Ursula, you were able to manifest background while you fought with your own possessed self. That proves that you will not be taken over by Dorcha, no matter how much of it takes into yourself. Could it be that my own power that I entrusted to you allow you to do this? Is that like a Sharingan? That would truly be a silver lining. Thanks to the power of the background, you should be able to use the chain blade safely. But what will happen to Erwin? She lost all her powers. Right now, she's busy talking with the other Aces heroes. Erwin, what will you do now? Yeah, you're going to stay with us, right? Like the good old days? I don't know. You do realize I have no special power. Yeah, we know that, but even if you lost your powers, we're still friends. Of course, Starlet. You're all the dearest friends anyone could have. Exactly, so just like the good old days, we are friends, but I can no longer be an ace. I know you all remember and hold this fact close to your heart. That being an ace comes with obligations that the way I am now, I cannot fulfill that requirement. Especially in regards to you, Merlin. You have yet to meet your special someone. I do not want to be the obstacle along the path. Oh, he looks so sad. Erin is right, she cannot remain an ace. But I'm calling it, there's going to be a female character, King Arthur or something, and they're going to meet, and that's just going to be his destiny. Unless this was Starlet. Because she was hinting about how he has a big destiny that's coming or something. You're free to contact me anytime you wish, little Merlin. Little. Haha, you really haven't changed. I'm grateful we have this moment before I go. But Erwin, won't you stay a little while? Not as an ace, but for the first time since you met him, Professor J's stern, serious face softened. Not as an ace, but as a friend, so that we may talk about the things that happened while you were sealed, and to introduce you to our many friends. Oh, those friends that I saw when Ursula's soul resonated with mine? The friends who talk too much, or the one obsessed with money? Sorry, you think I'd be less judgmental after so many years? Haha. Well, I couldn't ask for better people to guide me in my second chance at life. Aw, happy ending. And so, Ursula, she turns towards me. Her golden hair flutters in the wind, her eyes shine, and you can't tell whether they are filled with tears of sadness or gratitude, perhaps both. We must say our final goodbyes. Yes, well, I don't mean to be so trite. And of course I'm shy, but she comes nearer to you and whispers something only you can hear. Thank you, Ursula. You rescued me from the depths of the darkness, where I was alone. When I heard your voice, I felt alive again. I'll always remember you. Her low voice brims with kindness. You can hardly believe that she had a slaw, like the one you can feel within you now. The bearer of background. You resisted the sloth temptation and feels firm with you and deserve the manifest the background's true strength. Yeah, that's it. Summon Blodnid.
너에게 이상한 기운이 깃드는 거 아닐까 싶어서 엄청 걱정했다고. ARN 씨는 결국 동료들의 품으로 돌아갔구나. 정말 다행이야. 이런 모든 과정들도 ARN 씨에게는 하나의 추억이겠지?
I mean, it's kind of bad, but I'm sure she'll get stronger.
뭐 그래도 해피엔딩인 것 같아서 블로니는 기뻐.
No, we still gotta find Bispeckled Boy and kill him.
블로니가 체인 슬래시에 대한 기억은 가지고 있지 않지만 그래도 어느 정도 스킬들을 숙련시킬 수 있도록 수련의 기운과 힘에 대한 기억을 전수해줄게. 너도 가까이 와주겠어? 야! 기분이 좀 어때? 블로니의 기억이 잘 전수되었으려나? 예전에 블로니가 알고 있던 지식을 내게도 전해줬으니까 큰 도움이 되었으면 좋겠어. 우와, 어느새 추억담 3권도 전부 완성했네. 이전처럼 더 찾아야 할 기억은 없지만 너와 새롭게 쓰는 추억들이 소중하다는 사실만은 변함없어. 블로니도 우리가 함께 만든 3권 이야기를 소중하게 기억하고 간직할게. 너도 그래줄 거지?
Is that it? Yeah, we're on to the final volume, which is just great. From what I know, it's just getting all of them to rank 1, which will be a while. Yep, and with that, guys, we're finally done with Blonde's Brave boost. I guess from this point on, we'll be... Should I start doing some of these story? Nah. We'll do them next time. Yeah, and with that, we're done. So next time, we'll probably finally start on G1. The first main story. About time, yeah? Anyways, that was fun, touching moments. Long distance, well, friends that haven't seen each other for a long time finally got to meet each other again. Brought a smile to my face. And things got pretty close there at the end with Erwin. She was, you know. Anyways, well, that's done. Thanks for watching. See ya.